Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Today, we are starting a new game. This game is going to take the place in between. We'll see how far we go of our long-standing Twilight 2000 campaign. And tonight, we are going to be playing Dune: Adventures in the Imperium. This is a game, and I should have brought out the book to show you, but I forgot. But it is Dune: Adventures in the Imperium. It is by Modifius, and it is uses basically the Modifius 2D20 system, though with some modifications, more of the rules light kind of version versus other incarnations of the Modifius 2D20 system. But before I get into the basic rules and what might change and the adventure, I'm going to introduce the players, the stars of the show. I just am a facilitator. So I'm going to go from right to left as I see you on my screen. So first we have Amy. Just let me know who you're playing and what's their basic character.
Hello, my name is Amy. I'm playing Layla, and Layla is a Fremen scout.
Okay. And next we have BJ.
Hello, I am playing Nicolaj. He is a Mentat analyst.
Very cool. Next we have Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I am playing Bertrand, who is a war master for the house.
Very cool. And last and most importantly is Ben.
Hey everybody, my name is Ben. I am playing Jasil, and he is one of the House Scions.
That's why he's the most important. All right, so we're not going to play House Atreides. This is their own house. We rolled up that they were a house minor. We have a few things to take care of detail wise. I think we should do that before I get into the rules. So first of all, did anyone ever settle on the house name?
I don't think so.
We did not.
Any ideas?
Nope.
I have a random generator that I could roll on. And you tell me if you like that name. House Jurad. No, I can't pronounce it. House Fay, Fay.
Pick something we can all pronounce. Be sure you do that.
House Palel, Palell. Or it's probably Paleth, right? If you double L is like the Welsh, right? Mm-hmm. That sounds interesting. Yes, no.
I like Fay of the two.
House Fay. House Canaan. I just rolled. House Malice. That sounds very Warhammer 40k.
Very 40k.
House Sarvak. Sounds Vulcan. House Villanova. No. Aldanova. Kemi. Mastala. Lintov. Stop me when other Faye has one vote. Lavos. Abu. Maniga.
I don't mind Lavos.
Lavos. Do we like Lavos? Arlen?
It's very Chrono Trigger.
I'm happy with whatever.
Whatever.
My PC is named for Bertrand de Born, so we could be the de Born house. Or Altaforte, because that's his castle, right?
What is, like how is that?
The poem.
Alta, how do you spell that?
Altaforte.
Altaforte. How about that? Is that too much or is that good? Jaleel?
Good with me.
Altaforte. All right, House Altaforte. They're a house minor. Their domains are, their primary domain is industrial, and their secondary domain is espionage. And their expertise, we roll all these randomly when we did character creation, so you can go back and look at that. Or workers. So how does that work exactly?
What do you mean?
So you can use it a couple of different
No. I mean, how like in the fiction, the fiction of House Altaforte.
Oh, I see. What do
you guys do? What are you about?
So I think just what seems natural would be basically highly skilled labor. That would seem to make sense for industrial and then workers, like highly skilled labor, training, taking care of how to that'll basically do an effective workforce. To me, that makes sense.
Okay. And you're going to add Arlen?
Yeah, I was suggesting specifically because you asked about like connection with Arrakis and stuff, like you know, workers, especially for like machining parts and stuff, since there's a lot of industrial equipment involved in harvesting spice, um, and so working on that type of, you know,
Yeah,
support
that's
for
perfect.
industrial equipment, essentially.
Yeah.
Yep. And then how does the espionage come into play then?
However, it
Well,
needs to.
Oh
you
no, I
know,
mean, I think that's a natural fit as well with having plants in the workforce that we're providing.
Like infiltration and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yep. So I have like the house roles here. Jaceel, are you the heir or the ruler? Would you say?
Um, Definitely not the ruler
Okay.
because he's a
Yeah.
little
So
bit
we
on the
could,
younger.
if as we continue play, we can flesh those NPCs
Yeah,
out.
and I wouldn't even say main heir because I
Okay.
doubt they would send the main heir to Arrakis at this point. But who
They
knows?
might. It's a big deal, right? So, well, I guess
Yeah.
just to put things in context, people know that the it's been shifted over already. So House Treaties is moving in the context of the Dune series. House of Treaties is moving in. House Harkonnen is moving out. They should have moved out already. There are Imperial overseers to make sure this process goes smoothly. And you all, as we rolled, are House Minor. Um, so I have a Nikolaj as the advisor, and then Layla currently as a spy master, and Bertrand as the war master. You can change your roles as you see fit. I did roll up an enemy, and the enemy I rolled up their name randomly as well. House Chedahan. They're also a minor house, and they really don't like House Altaforte. There is in fact official conley between your two houses, and the reason is servitude. And this is a question I have to ask you, right? So one of the houses was used to serve the other and now owes no fealty. So the master house might want to return the upstart to their rightful place, or the vassal house might seek revenge for being held back or badly treated. So which what do you want to be? Which one do you want to be? Have been, I guess. Are you the upstart or are you the vassal? So you broke away from Chedahan, or they broke away from you? I guess that's the question.
I think it makes sense that we broke away from them because we were really good at what we did, and we just didn't need them anymore because we had so much work and support from the other houses that we have contracts with and contacts with.
Does that sound good for everyone?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
the only thing I would say is that perhaps we're the more trustworthy out of the two houses. Maybe that's why we get more of the contracts.
Maybe, perhaps. Somehow you made money and were able to secure a contract on Arrakis. That's all part of the premise as well. So they see you as an upstart house, and probably I want to destroy you for that snub apparently. So they are a Conley house, interestingly enough, and they specialize in assassinations. Oddly, their other focus is on understanding. So understanding the means of assassination, infiltration techniques, deadly combat strikes. So maybe they're kind of very theoretical about assassinations, and then your house figured out a way to be more practical, which got you the funds and security that you needed to become a minor house in your own right. And clearly this didn't happen yesterday. This happened like hundreds, if not even maybe a thousand years ago, right? So it's been a
Classic Dune fashion.
long time, right? So it's not in the context of Hatfield McCoy's, which would be decades, right, or maybe 100 years, but 100 to 1,000 years. So the secondary focus, which can maybe give some snickers among House Altaforte, is on artistic endeavors, especially playwrights and poets. So maybe that's how they infiltrated the house, was through artisan or artistic endeavors. But you guys saw a more practical way about it. Yeah, I think Jaceel, I have you here as heir, but I don't know if that's the actual um, role you want, or unless envoy feels more your up your alley. I mean, you could be the
Yeah,
heir,
no,
or
that's
one of
fine.
the
Yeah,
heirs.
the air is fine. Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
airs is fine.
yeah. I mean, right, like in Dune, right? You have Raban and Fayed, right? Fayed Rutha. Can't pronounce his name sometimes. So but then eventually Fayed was made the heir, but they're both nephews, as it were. Okay, cool. Well, good. I think we got that worked out for the house. I don't know if we need anything else. There might be traits for the house that we could develop, or that could come up, but we don't have to, unless you have one off the top. If any of you have one off the top of your head, we could use a couple traits, and then someone will design the standard, the banner, but we don't have to do that now. So, any traits that you think might apply to House Alto Forte?
Well, I mean, I would think
I would say
trustworthy.
As spies? Okay,
Well,
maybe that helps.
but we're assumed to be trustworthy.
I guess you could say that even though we maybe spy and deal in information, that we don't break faith with anybody. Like, once you hire us or engage with us, we're pretty reliable for the terms of the agreement.
So trustworthy,
reliable. I think maybe reliable over trustworthy.
Okay.
Reliable. All right. Anything
Yeah,
else? Or do you want
we're going to keep the receipts in case anything comes up, right?
Exactly.
I think goes hand in hand. Maybe discreet would be good.
Oh, discreet.
Yeah,
That seems like a good trait to have if you're doing espionage.
Mm-hmm. Reliable and discreet.
We're like fixers.
Yeah.
It definitely
problem,
sounds
fix
better
it.
than saying sneaky.
Don't ask how we did it. We'll just get it done.
Just
Right.
get it done.
Okay. Well, cool. All right.
I also think ambitious would apply, being that we broke away from
Oh, ambitious.
a house that we were, under, and that we made our own way. So I would think ambitious would apply.
That could also make sense of how you managed to get a contract on Arrakis, despite the turmoil. So, do you think you got a contract through House Atreides or House Harkonnen? For me,
I would probably say Atreides,
okay.
just because it would make sense on why they're bringing us in with our background in labor and in industry. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that would make sense at least.
They might
I
know,
wonder if
like,
they would want to make sure and clean out the workforce of any Harkonnen
yeah, or
spies
or your rival house, right? So they might have treaties might have, or that could be a rumor, maybe not necessarily known, unless you ever meet them and ask them directly. But maybe it is known that your rival house had a contract under Harkonnen, and they need to be sussed out as well.
Right.
Okay.
They did not appear to be reliable, discreet, and ambitious.
No, they're probably, well, I don't know.
Lots
They make pretty art, though, apparently. Okay. All right. So,
We can too.
yeah. So, and I have a couple, well, I have multiple 2D20 experts. I'm no expert by any means. And Ben has actually run some Dune before, so I might defer to him if I have a rules question. And Arlen and BJ are very good at rules, whereas I sometimes forget. So it is a 2D20 system. The basic test, as you might expect, is 2D20. So you have 5 skills. They are battle, communicate, discipline, move, and understand. And under each skill, well, the skills all have a rating, I think from 4 or 5 to 8. And then you have foci or focuses, I guess, must be the British plural form of that, to increase your character's chance of scoring a critical success. So you might have a focus such as short blades or stealth attached to a particular, either battle or move, and that will give you, if you roll under your skill number, then that counts as 2 successes, so like a quote unquote critical success instead of 1. So instead of attributes in this game, they have drives, and there are 5 drives: duty, faith, justice, power, and truth. And those are what you combine with the skill to roll under on your 2d20. So far, so good. So there are traits, complications, and assets, and these can allow a test to happen where it might not otherwise be possible. So obviously, a trait or an asset can make a test easier, so it would lower the particular difficulty. A complication could make the test harder, right? So say like dust storm, right, making it harder to fly your ornithopter or something like that, or I don't know, I can't think of another one, or undergoing blackmail, or blackmail happens and that makes the difficulty of negotiating through some sort of social test or machinition a little harder. So complications, negative traits, and assets could be positive traits. So difficulty ranges. So I will probably set a difficulty, and for the most part, I will let the players know of the difficulty because there's a very important set of meta currencies that are in this game, and that's when we get to improving the odds. And these are a momentum. So momentum can be spent to assist in a test. So buying an extra dice or more, for example, before rolling. And threat is my version, the GM's version of momentum, and I can generate that and spend that as well as the characters would momentum. So you also have another meta currency called determination, and I put that as a purple dot on all your character tokens, and that lets you set one of the dice in your pool to 1, and that will count automatically as 2 successes. So you can assist one another very similarly as to other roll 20 or 2d20 type of games, where you would roll 1 dice, and if you succeed, and then you add that success if the main character doing the action succeeds. You add your successes or your potential successes to that test. So momentum, like I mentioned, you can buy d20s. You can create a trait with 2 momentum. So if there's a trait or an asset that you need, asset also costs 2 momentum to make an asset created. To make it it'll be permanent during the scene in which you're in. So you could also use extra momentum to gain information. So again, that is why I will usually let the players know for their player characters what the difficulty might be, so they can spend momentum. I guess I could be vague at times and say, well, it might be pretty hard. Would you like to buy some momentum? That's another possibility. So threat. So players, if they don't have momentum in their pool, they can buy d20s, and I will add to my threat pool. So threat I can spend it just like momentum. I can create a complication with 2 points of threat. I can actually escalate things, make them more dangerous, and that can add to the threat pool. And then there could be more threatening circumstances where the range of complications can increase, and that can add to the threat pool. So non-player characters with unspent momentum cannot save it, as player characters can. So I have to spend as I go or keep my threat. Right. Yeah, I did put up a threat and momentum tracker here, because we'll put those in sort of the action scenes, and I need to find I might have to find a good, maybe I'll just put M and T again.
Oh,
right.
Because I was going to say, you circled on the screen and we don't see anything but a head and an ear.
A head and an ear. What do you mean?
Yeah, on my
There's
screen.
there's no tokens on.
Oh no, I haven't put them on yet.
Okay.
Because I mean, this is just like the I'll put them on in the. I have, yeah.
That's okay. I was just asking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't have them on here. So I think when we get to conflict, I don't think I missed anything. Did I?
Hey, Carl.
Yep.
One of the things to keep in mind, too, for all the players is look at your talents, because a number of the talents cost momentum to use. Like the special abilities of the talents, a lot of them have momentum costs. So keep that in mind also, that's another way you can spend your momentum. Like a good example, I have one called Binding Promise. When you succeed at a communication test to persuade someone to agree to a promise or agreement, you may spend 1, 2, or 3 momentum to make the promise binding. To break the promise, they must spend threat equal to twice what you spent on momentum. Or there's going to be other ones that let you do bonuses or make, like you were saying, make assets or something else via the talent. So make sure you know what your talents do from a momentum standpoint as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. All right. Anything else I might have missed?
No, I think that pretty much nailed it, man.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it. Well, is there any other questions?
Mm-mm.
If when we get into conflict, we'll kind of go over the conflict overview as well. So hopefully I'll remember. So we begin on Arrakis already. And the scene opens on an ornithopter as you're flying over the shield wall. The sun glares off the ornithopter windshield as you crest over the immense stone wall that surrounds the city of Arrakeen. There is Arrakeen for people to see if they remember. It's a pretty sprawling and large city of stone. Looks like sand blocks to me.
Mm-hmm.
Before you stretches an ocean of sand, a vast desert that covers the entire planet of Arrakis. While the cockpit in the air is air conditioned, you can see the shimmer of heat rising from the waves of the dunes ahead of you, stretching beyond the horizon. You have set off today to investigate reports that a group of spice smugglers might be operating in an area your house has a contract to harvest spice. It is your job to find their base and, if possible, put a stop to their activities. However, spice smugglers can often be useful contacts or have useful contacts, and occasionally the loss of a little spice can be worth a new ally. So you've been given like a vague location of the smuggler base, but it might be hard to spot, as usually they try to cover them with sand, or at least sand like colors and the like. Um, so I think yeah. So the first thing we want to do is someone can roll. So you can. Oh, I have my momentum and threat tracker over here because
Mm-hmm.
some people asked for them. So M and T, M for momentum, T for threat. You will start out with 8 threat because there are 4 of you, so I get 2 per. You don't have any momentum yet. However, one of the fun things that you can do in 2D20 is try to generate momentum. So it's pretty easy to fly an ornithopter. So whoever would like to can make a move test to see how well you're piloting the craft, and you can generate momentum for this. Who's the driver?
I don't know. I have an 8
Um,
in move, but I'm not a driver unless it's a worm.
does anybody else have a high movement?
I'm all the way down at 4, so not me.
I'm a
5.
4 as well. So Amy,
All right.
Layla, I guess you're flying the ornithopter.
I am flying the ornithopter, so I'm gonna.
All right, so you can determine. You have to. I think it'll give you a choice on what drive to use, right?
Yes.
So on the character sheet.
Okay,
So you can choose.
am I passing by an otherwise unseen area or attempting to move an asset subtly? I mean, we're not in conflict yet, right?
No.
Okay, then I don't have to use that yet. Okay.
But that's a good point though. If you want to fly, right? If you want to fly low to the ground, I think your stealth could apply here.
Well, it's subtle step. When you attempt a move test to sneak or otherwise pass unseen through an area, your first extra D20 purchase for the test is free.
Okay.
I was just attempting to be more successful.
No, but that could come into play, right?
Eventually.
Go ahead and do a move, and I don't know. I would suggest duty, but there could be another.
Okay.
You don't want to crash.
You can use faith also.
Yeah.
If your faith is high. Because you have faith in the way it reads is you have faith in your skill.
Right, but I have a duty of 8 and a faith of 6.
Yep. So, any way you can associate it is you can use it.
Yep.
And how many dice?
You start with 2.
Yes, but it's just asking. Am I using a focus? You
I
said
don't think so.
stealth?
Yeah, sure. You could use stealth.
Okay. I don't know how to be stealthy in a helicopter, but we'll go with it.
You're going to fly casual.
Yeah.
I don't think I was successful.
What is it?
I don't know. I don't know how to.
Oh no, you did. You got.
Oh, okay.
You got 2.
Well, it says 0, 8, and 2, 8.
So 0, 18, and 2. You got 2 successes. Okay.
Okay. So what is the 18?
That's what you.
That's the die. That's the dice that you rolled. So your target is 16. Your skill, the skill is 8. So if you roll under 8, you get 2, 6. Yeah, these. Okay. I realize that these characters are pretty competent.
I think you get 2 successes if you roll under and your focus applies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there
specifically.
We go.
Which it does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to make sure everybody knows how we're calculating.
Yeah, I'm gonna make.
So I can do hornicopters and worms.
Yeah. Well, all right. Oh,
at least at this moment.
Okay, so I guess I got to put a maximum. Oh, I might as well put 6. You can only have 6 momentum per scene, right? So you guys got 2 momentum. You can see by the green dot there. Mm-hmm. All right, so to spot the smuggler's base will require a difficulty 2 discipline test. You can use your map as an asset to lower the difficulty, Nicolaj.
Okay. All right.
If you're the spotter, and you can use it. It's kind of cool. They suggest like which drive you might want to use, right? Duty, faith, justice, power, and truth. Truth, right, could be a good one to use here, I think, or even justice.
How does the statement affect your
what's your state? Well, the statement, I guess, is like I think that's how you employ determination, right? Is if it applies to your statement, your drive, your statement.
Okay.
And the drives are also just kind of like your mode or reason for doing stuff. So, like, if you're doing it for justice, you can be like, these guys are smugglers.
Yep. They need to be punished.
I bring smugglers to justice. Exactly. Or if you're doing it for truth, I need to find these guys to figure out what exactly is going on down there.
Right. Yep. So, so your map will drop it down to a difficulty.
Okay.
So it's a difficulty 1 test. I don't know if you want to use any momentum from the pool. To roll 3 dice instead of 2.
I don't think so. Let's see. How do you roll? What do you click on the sheet?
The name, and it should give you prompts. It should prompt you what drive you want to use, and then if there's a focus applies. And it's difficulty 1. But I guess it gives you the number of successes.
Yeah. It just highlights the word truth. It doesn't give me the.
Click on the skill. Click on discipline.
Oh, the skill. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay, I see.
Oh,
so
anyone
explain to me again. I'm going to use the discipline skill, but then a drive. I can apply a drive.
Yeah, you can apply a drive if you can justify it. That's pretty much right.
Okay.
Lets the player decide.
So the drive here is truth.
Okay.
My drive for truth is the truth is often obscure and must be uncovered.
All right. So
philosophical, but here practically, we need to find these guys. So.
Yep. Before you roll, would anyone like to assist?
How do we assist?
You roll the same thing, discipline, and then you roll 1 dice instead of 2, and if you succeed, then if BJ's character succeeds, and that adds to the number of successes.
I would, but I only have a 4 in discipline.
Bertrand?
Sure, I could do does it have to be the same drive also?
I don't think it has to be the same drive.
All right, I think a discipline and truth for me seems like a good fit.
Okay.
And I'll do just the 1 die for me. And no focus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Nice. So that's one potential addition to the number of successes, BJ, so it's your turn to roll.
So then
unless Jaleel wants to help too, or Jaceel.
And I get an extra die for the map.
assets don't give an extra dice, they lower the difficulty.
It lowers the difficulty.
Right.
Okay.
So you lower the difficulty.
And if assisting, let me go ahead and I don't think I can use my constantly watching, which reduces the difficulty by 2 on an attempt to.
No, if you're taking the lead, you could. If you're taking the lead, but that could be good for ambushes, right?
Would an espionage would my espionage focus apply here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right. That's looks like one success. Or did you want to roll 2, Jaceel? Sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So you guys got 2 successes, so that adds 1 to the momentum pool because you only needed 1.
Okay.
All right. You spot what looks like a group of well-hidden tents in the desert. It's near a small outcropping of rock close to a large set of caves. And I guess you have to decide where you want to land the ornithopter. Next to the base or behind the rocks out of sight, and then approach stealthily. So I guess you put it next to the base, there's a chance they'll see you. Or you can do it like kind of, since you're flying kind of low to the ground and trying to stay out of sight, you could try to do that.
Layla being Layla would put it behind the rocks.
Okay. All right.
Unless anyone was going to object, but I think that's what Layla would do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I need a move roll also to land the ornithopter as well, and I have a difficulty rating in mind. You lower the difficulty because of your focus already.
Okay.
But it's a pretty challenging difficulty, so I don't know if you want to use any momentum. You can spend 1 momentum to buy 1 dice, or buy 2 dice with all 3 if you want.
I can buy 1.
Okay.
So
you'll be rolling 3 dice.
Okay. 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still being stealthy. Or I'm attempting to be stealthy. Okay, I don't know what all this means.
So you need if you hit move.
I did. I don't know. I don't know what this means. Now I have 3 boxes instead of.
Oh, that's 3 dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I literally rolled a 4 on every dice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's 6 successes.
That's a ton.
Wow. Okay.
I'm supposed to be rolling under, right?
Yeah. That's you rolled it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a unique way. This is the first time I've seen like a output like this, right? Arlen? We played quite a few 2D20 games. All right.
Sorry, Oh yeah, I just play so many games that it's supposed to be over and not under. But
all right, well, look at this. She got 6 successes. See, that got you guys 3 momentum. By the way,
we are one with the sand, guys. 1 with the sand.
Yep. Okay.
And you took the one away that I used, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so you land the ornithopter, and then now you got to walk across some stretch of sand. So anything special you want to do?
Well, there's a special way we need to move across the sand, and I think Layla would tell them and show them how to do it, so that we don't encourage a worm to come when we don't want them there.
Okay, so you're going to start moving across.
Well, I'm assuming I'm showing them first, right?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that knows how to walk with a worm? Or
well,
do you guys have
them. Well, if you show them, then that actually is helpful, and it lowers the difficulty of their moves across the sand. Or you can choose not to walk the way Layla is showing you, though she says, you being in the desert here, not the deep desert, but being in the desert, there is a chance of worms. There's always a chance of worms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So everyone all 4 of you need to make a difficulty test.
Moving.
You can use it's difficulty 2 test actually. So if you want to use momentums, you can use them.
Are we moving again?
Yeah, let's move again.
Okay.
Stealth definitely
My move is
applies.
horrible, so I would definitely want to use momentum.
Okay. So just tell me, just
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take 1.
okay. All right.
Just drive.
No, wait. I put 1 instead of 3 dice. I did.
I'm gonna do move and faith,
Okay.
but I have faith that my ally is showing me the right way to walk on the sand.
Nice.
I'm going to trust you are watching.
Okay.
And if not,
Right.
then I have to carry you. There we go. Wow. Okay. 111.
Wow. That 6 more successes.
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. I'm in
You
Guys,
guys,
something's
you
up.
said
And you used wait. So
I used 1.
and you used 1 too, right? Ben.
Yeah. And I rolled 3 18s.
Okay. Well, let's hold on
The
to
algorithm might be off a little bit.
and BJ, you got 1 success. Okay. And
I'll use a momentum for 3 dice also.
okay, I'm not gonna. All right, so you guys you're down to 2, but I haven't added in Amy's character's momentum yet because we could use that to create some truths here.
And Arlen got 1 too.
Yeah. Okay. So Amy got 6 successes. She only needed 2, so that gives you a net of 4 momentums. So you can create some truths if you wish that some of you succeeded with 2 momentum each. That would use all your momentum if you wish to do that. Oh, actually, you only need yeah, that's true. You didn't succeed.
Well, I think it's early to make a truth yet. Isn't it? I don't want to use up all of our momentum making a truth.
I guess couldn't we do 1 truth that makes the difficulty lower for? I guess we'd need 2 for
Yeah,
Jazeel.
you need 2 for yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 2 momentum to make a truth, or is it all 6 to make the truth?
Well, you'd use 2 momentum to make a truth to lower the difficulty by 1. We just say there's no worms in the area or no worms nearby, and the other one is that another truth would be that you're on very soft, soft sand, right? Not the sand that's hard packed and echoes.
Okay, so the truth will be that
I mean, it lasts for the whole scene, so it could be worth it to use 4 momentum to do that.
Yeah, if we have to run back to the ornithopter quick,
Yeah.
it'd be
Yep.
pretty useful.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll use 4 to make the 2 truths.
Okay.
That way they can get across and.
All right. Make sure I take my momentum trackers. Oh, I guess you could use a. All right, that's fine. We'll do it this way.
What were you going to say?
No, I'm good. Did I switch you guys over? Yes, no, I didn't. I'm switching to maps. All right. So you're 2 momentum. You're down here in the corner.
Okay.
All right. I mean, you don't have to approach through this way. You could, or I guess it would be depending on how you approach. But since you made the landing like you did, it's fine. So you can approach through here. If you pan out. That's so weird on purple. You can approach through here, which seems like the main entrance. You can approach through here. Through here. There's like 2 entrances.
We
we
couldn't go down this other side that's close to where our characters are.
Yeah, like through here.
No. I don't know how to ping on here to make it.
You mean like this way, Amy?
No, if you
Coming
go
from that corner?
just above the M&T, that area.
Oh, that's like those are like the caves and stuff.
So he can't come that way.
Yeah, you could clamber over, like come directly, like from the. I'd say that you can clamber. You can go through this passageway, or this passageway, or you could come up across the rocks through like this southwest corner, right?
Well, we're
I
attacking
think a lot
these.
of it.
Are we attacking these spice smugglers?
That's what I was going to ask. How are we going to approach the
Yeah.
situation? Because it alluded that we could make friends with them also.
Well, I wanted to leave my sneak attack open, so whatever we have to do to leave my sneak attack open. So maybe you guys go from the front and I come from the back, or you guys come from the back and I come from the front. I don't know if that makes sense, though.
All right. So I guess Amy, what you want to do is you're going to try to set up an ambush somewhere. All right.
I'd like to.
Okay. So go ahead. I'm going to roll this as a contest.
Now, is this where my subtle step comes into play?
Yes, you could. The subtle step could come into play here. Yes.
Okay, because I want to
And
pass unseen and stealth, and then
This would be.
my sneak attack, right?
So would that be understand or battle for these guys?
I don't know.
Okay, so so I guess you get the first moment. Can you click on that?
Click on which subtle step?
Yeah, I want to see what.
So did we figure out what approach we're taking to this for the rest of us?
No, so Amy's
Are we
like, well,
going
I'm
to
going
try
to
to
go.
talk? Oh yeah, but I'm saying just for the rest of us. Do we want to try to talk, or what are we thinking, guys?
BJ Arlen.
You know?
I mean, it's always better to. I think it would be a bit better to try to turn them into an asset.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I think
I'm only getting in place in case something goes wrong.
So the rest of you are gonna come in from the northwest or the south. And I can just, if Amy's successful, she can end up like here or something.
let's come in from the main entrance and just try to talk to them up front. It seems like it's
Here.
a little, if you. No, the main up here.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Like,
So you can move your tokens, right? You can move your tokens up there. That'd be great.
So I'm trying to get over here, right? Like,
yeah.
To sneak up.
Like here or something.
Well, I want to be where I can ambush them.
Okay. So I'll do. Well, let's see how they go first, because you might be able to take advantage of them being a distraction.
Okay.
All right. So you guys kind of walk openly up there. They probably challenge you when you're up here. And you're about here, and they go, halt, stop. Who are you?
Reply back that we're visitors who have come to talk and possibly find some common ground.
So give me something. Give me a communicate test.
Okay. Let's do.
And if you have anything that can work with that.
Yeah. Not yet. Depends if we succeed or not. Communicate. Let's do.
And do you want to use it? You have two momentum right now. You want to use anything?
I'm not going to use the momentum because I might save it for. I might save one for the binding promise.
I have some cool abilities with momentum.
Yeah.
For one momentum, the game master gives a true/false confirmation about a piece of information or a suspicion.
Okay.
Let's do Duty. Fulfilling my duty for our knowledge. Okay, so
All of my special stuff is only when we start fighting. So
let's fight him. All right.
balance.
So
you and I are in the same boat here.
did you have a focus? Did you have a focus that applies? You know, Jaceel?
Persuasion.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, persuasion or composure. I think. Yeah, persuasion.
Okay, so that'll be 2 successes there. Yeah.
Yep. I should have clicked that. You're right.
Okay. Well, thank you for that 20, by the way.
Here for you.
The threat thing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right. So that'll be 2 successes. All right. Let me see. I feel like it should.
And just early apologies for the rest of the group. I always have horrible dice. So, just so you know.
It's okay.
Okay.
What's a little adventure without a net? Anyway. Someone's going to get a nat 20 and someone's getting a nat 1. Just the way it goes.
All right. Very nice. Okay. Okay. So they get anything. So you've generated like 4 momentum, so you could use that to create a distraction truth for Amy's character to get into position if you wish for 2 momentum. If you want.
Do we have
4 now? Because they got no successes against their discipline. They're totally like oh, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a great idea. We'd love to talk. They kind of go, oh, are you what house are you from? They want to let's discuss it. So they're amenable to the discussion, or they have a lack of discipline and they let anyone in.
So how often do we get to use a talent?
As long as it doesn't say like some of them are time dependent, like the one where you can resist being defeated.
Yes.
But other than that, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't think. All right. So would you like to create a truth to distract them for Amy's character to get into position?
I mean, they already don't have any clue that she's there.
Oh, she has to roll. She has to roll.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me do. Well, we don't. I guess we don't know. Let's hold on. Let's do it this way.
Okay.
I will roll. The process is actually, when I was reading it, I should roll for their I should roll first to establish the difficulty in a conflict.
Okay.
I'm going to might as well use a threat. What did I get? All right, I got I got 3 successes, Amy.
Okay.
So to get into position, you need 3. Difficulty is 3.
Okay.
So then, yeah, let's throw together. Spend 2 momentum to do a truth for that, for sure.
Okay. Or Amy can use momentum from the pool. Yeah, either way, that's good. That's a good idea. Okay.
Well, it says if I use my subtle step, my first D20 is free. So I could use my subtle step to get 1 die and a momentum to get a die, and then add those, right?
Yeah, and then I'll leave the group with 1 momentum.
Okay.
And you're rolling 4 dice.
Okay, and it says on a move test, so I'm rolling move with 4 dice. Why did it not come up? There it is. Okay. So I'm using the drive battle, right, for sneak attack? Or stealth?
No, you're using move. But then whatever drive you want to use. I don't know. Faith, truth,
and power.
And power would be a good one too here.
I have only a 4 in power. I have 8 in duty, and my thing is 1,000 lives, 1 drop of water. Or doubt is my faith, fear is my fury, is my faith thing. Truth is, if I don't know it, it's irrelevant.
The faith might be the best one because your faith, faith in your abilities.
Okay, so faith.
Yep.
And then dice is 4. Am I using a focus? Stealth still apply?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Boom.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we're good. 0, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
5. So she got
5 successes. Okay.
So something goes back into the pool.
Yeah. So that you only needed 2, so 3 goes back in. Okay. Cool. All right. So you're like here, or are you? Oh, you want to be there?
I
Or
only
here?
took 1 from the momentum, and I think they used 2. So I think we used 3, and I put 3 back, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So we're back to 4.
Okay.
So where do you want? So I guess you were here.
Well, I want to be where I can get to them quickly. So, like, maybe hiding in the shadows over here.
Okay.
I thought you wanted to be like up on the outcrop so you could start shooting from.
Yeah, either way.
Position.
Yeah, if you want to shoot, it depends if you want to stab or shoot. But the outcropping is probably the best because then you can see anyone, right? So if these guys, yeah, you can even see here this guy's guarding like a cave.
Okay.
Right?
So my question comes in then: how far can I reach with my pistol then?
So like this, there's not really like range. So there's like with your pistol. So I guess there's probably from your point of view, there's like a couple zones. So right here, it'll be just a standard difficulty. But remember, it's all a contest, right? So they're going to be dodging, and you're going to contest against that. And then here, it'll just add 1 difficulty because it's further away. These guys will be further away.
My pistol's at 0 and my knife is at 1. So.
But I mean, you got sneak attack, and you're good.
Sneak attack applies to a pistol.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. So they let you in, Jaceel, Nicolaj, and Bertrand, as you guys move in. So they kind of holler. I'm gonna move these guys out of the way. They holler, and then this guy comes up and waves you guys in. So just follow. Yes, follow. So if you do that, I guess you guys are moving. Are you staying here?
No, I would follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't want to move your tokens for you, right? So you guys can decide if you're staying in or what. Okay.
I can't move BJ's token for him.
No, yeah, BJ can move his token.
When he gets back.
BJ had to.
Oh, he had to step away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we'll just say he's with us.
Yeah, okay. He's with us.
Okay, so they invite you. They invite you over here. They kind of they share quite a bit of water with you.
I will think that because I know that's valuable.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, in Layla's mind, that might be a bit wasteful, but okay. So they kind of motion for you to come over here to talk.
Can you ping it real quick again?
Oh, sorry. Like in the middle, like here.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't give you guys a very good out. Layla's concerned.
Yeah. So Bertrand, I mean, your assessment. You can see that. Yeah, they have like knives, but none of them look like they're Chris knives or anything that great. Short blades, basically. These are the only 2 that have like Mala pistols that you see. This guy is definitely. This guy also has a Mala pistol. He's kind of looks like he's on guard for some reason. So they say, well, so this seems just a quick assessment. This seems very important to them. All right. So, okay. So what can we do for You are.
So to go back, they've been suspected of smuggling spice and getting in the way of operations. Correct?
Well, they're smuggling spice from your contract holding.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I'll tell them, we are, and by the way, I'm going to try to use my neurolinguistics
Okay.
the whole time we're doing this. And neurolinguistics is if we come to any ideas or conclusions with this, it makes them feel like it was their idea.
Oh, it's like riddle. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I can help with that. I actually have neurolinguistics
Nice.
as well.
Yeah, neurolinguistics is freaking awesome. So then we'll just tell them like, hey, we understand that there may be some spice moving that we are not necessarily doing, and we're not mad about it, and it's okay. Everybody's got to make a little bit of money. We understand it's what you guys are doing. It's not really hurting us too bad, but we would also like to become partners if possible from either an information standpoint or from a profitability standpoint, as everybody stands to gain from a partnership.
So he kind of looks at you because I am surprised. Truth be told, we were trying to draw you in. The other house peoples that we've dealt with shoot first, ask questions later, or burn the bodies.
That is the way some do business. We prefer a more direct and profitable approach. However, don't think we also can't be heavy-handed if need be.
I see. Well, are you taking a percentage then, or
What's more valuable to you? How valuable is information compared to your profits? Because you said you had contact with other houses.
Well, we have contacts among the smuggler community.
Okay,
we have had
then
run-ins with other houses.
What if instead of taking a cut, you keep a surprise of all your interactions with the other houses and smuggling communities that you have?
So you will let us keep what we find?
Keep what you find. Arrakis is a big planet. There's a lot of spice.
They're quite surprised. Yeah, so I guess give me, what was it?
Communication.
Communicate, persuade.
Yeah, and I've got persuasion as a focus.
Yeah. All right. But if that is actually what you're doing, it's a difficulty. I'm not going to contest it, really. The difficulty is going to be 1.
Okay. So yeah, persuasion, and I'm going to do duty because my responsibility of the house is to advance the house, make it more profitable, and put it in the best position. And a group like this would put us in the best position.
Okay.
So you're allowing them to keep the spice in exchange for giving us information?
About everything going on. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right, and remember we have the truce out there. No worms nearby, and soft sand.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Oh wow, that's like 3 successes.
Mm-hmm. And we needed 1.
Yep, 3 successes. Very nice. Okay.
So then the other thing I would like to do, instead of using those 2, instead of keeping the 2 momentum, I would like to use the 2 momentum for binding promise with the value of 2.
Okay.
So they're bound to the agreement, and if they break the agreement, it would cost them 4 threat to break the agreement with us.
Okay.
What do you want to? Do you want to take 1 more and make it a 3?
I don't want to use all the okay with a 3-point
you
promise, I'm fine with a 3-point promise.
Well, I mean, wouldn't it be a bigger deal for them to break a promise that's binding by 3 than 2?
Oh, yeah,
well,
it's
it would
much
be
harder to
6.
break it
It'd be
though.
6. It'd
For
be a
6
6 threat.
momentum.
Yeah. They need
Yeah, they'd have to
6
burn
threat.
6 threat to do it.
Yeah, because basically, so you only need 1 success, but you got 2 momentum. So I'm not even adding to the pool right now. So you're back
Yeah.
at 4. You're back at 4. So
Yeah. So then you know what? I think Amy's right. Is everybody okay with us using that extra momentum to make it a 3-point promise?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, I think it's
Okay,
gonna.
so we'll use 1, and it's a 3-point binding promise.
Okay, so
Okay, I need Bertrand and Layla to give me. Well, yeah. Are you Nikolaj? Do you have like a trait that suggests like war mastery or battle or anything like that, Nikolaj?
No,
Okay, so Bertrand and Layla, give me a battle roll.
am I using this with my resistance or just regular?
No, just a battle roll. It would be
Battle using
What is
duty or
what's the drive?
a
Is it
1,000
perhaps
lives,
related
one
to
drop of
truth?
water?
It could, yeah, probably truth would work. Truth would work.
All right. And I have combat awareness and tactics and strategy, and
what
surely
is it?
one of them is relevant.
Yeah, combat awareness for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Jazeel has that thing too, right? You have that combat awareness, Jazeel?
It's always watching. Yeah. So it is. Yeah. Whenever you attempt a skill to detect danger or hit an enemy, so I can reduce the difficulty by 2 to a minimum of 0.
All right, yeah, go ahead and roll that too. Well,
I got a success, but you got a
yeah,
threat.
okay. BJ, you could roll it too. I think that'd be fine.
battle.
Yeah, battle.
Battle.
And truth.
I'm gonna do battle and truth, which isn't a great roll, but it makes sense.
What are we trying to figure? What are we trying to figure out here again?
Something's happening, so I want to see how.
I've got a 3 successes with the benefit of
Truth works
Okay.
for me.
my combat awareness.
Okay, I just want everyone to roll
which I put under understand, so you can't see it on that roll, but
I got 1 success.
Oh.
All right, Nikolaj, maybe you're calculating the how much house Alta Forte is going to be losing in this deal, but you're otherwise distracted. So Jazeel and Layla, you hear like the whir of an ornithopter, and it kind of buzzes overhead very quickly, but you have a sinking feeling about it. And Bertrand, with 1 momentum spend, you can identify. You got 3 successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can identify that helicopter or that ornithopter. Sorry.
Well, that seems like a good idea.
Okay, so it is. It is a House Chadahan ornithopter, and large enough to be a troop carrier.
Uh-oh.
So that gives you 4 successes.
Can I see where it's going?
Yes, but yeah, you can see the direction it's landing. It's probably landing like this direction.
Okay.
So
can I start moving that way? Because they seem okay. They don't need me to cover them.
Right. So Bertrand, you realize what's happening, so you could let Jazeel know. Jazeel sees it. Layla, you see where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Layla, you're going to move in that direction.
Yes.
You don't have to roll anything. You're just going to go. You got a bad feeling.
Sneakily, I will run that general direction.
Okay.
So Bertrand will sort of lean over towards Jazeel and says, "Looks like we've got old friends coming to join the party."
Marvelous. I will tell the smugglers that ornithopter is ill-intentioned. They are not with us.
All right. You hear an explosion.
Oh boy.
In the direction of where your ornithopter was parked.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Well, I mean, the spy smuggler says, "We are bound to you, my lord, and your house now. you have given us a deal that no one else would bother to give. Do you wish us to fight for you?
Only if I wouldn't want you to lose enough men to jeopardize your operations in our deal. So if you can spare who you can, but we don't necessarily need all of you to sacrifice yourselves.
Well, except maybe Bertrand wants to get another piece of information with the momentum.
Sure.
That troop carrier can probably carry about 12 men.
Yep. So Bertrand will hear that and he'll say, what my lord means to say is that yes, we would definitely like to have troops.
Yeah, if it's 12 of them, then yeah, then we need all the help.
If you have warriors to spare, we'll definitely benefit from that.
Well, in the desert, one always has to be a warrior. Though we are not Fremen, some of us have ancestors there. You know what I mean? He says that anyway, my lord, if you are killed, then there's no contract. Yes, and this contract seems very beneficial for us.
And then I'll ask if anybody has an extra knife or a pistol or a gun or anything.
Your guy doesn't?
I don't have any weapons.
You can. So if you would like, you can use 2 momentum to create an asset. I mean, like they have. I mean,
or I think you can. So even if you don't have it listed as an asset, you can just have gear basically. So it won't help you at all like a normal.
But it's not like special, but you can say you have like a knife or something.
Yeah, you've just got the stuff that they'll give out in the armory, basically.
Okay, well then I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to switch. I'm going to take a couple smugglers. All right. So they kind of give like a hoot and a holler. And we will switch scenes and probably take a 5-minute break.
Well, let me ask my question before the 5-minute break. Mm-hmm. Can, in fact, Layla call a worm? I know she can ride them, but can she call a worm?
I think you have an asset where you could do that.
Okay.
But I don't know if you want to do that yet. I'm going to get these guys out here. This should be interesting.
I'm just having an idea of backup plans because.
Well, I mean, you guys know enough that the sounds of the ornithopter getting blown up and the sounds of battle will more than likely attract a worm, though, because you guys have been good about things.
Then I would like to, once the party gets up to where I am. Except I'm assuming that I'm stealthing this out and keeping an eye on it and watching them.
Yeah, I'll put you like over here on this side to mimic that stealth thing.
I would make sure that they knew, do not run on the sand. The worms are already aware that we are here.
Yep. See, there's that wonderful soldier who's like looking over his handiwork. You know, their ornithopter is probably parked maybe in this direction.
Oh, I have every intention of taking their ornithopter away from them. Don't worry about that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take a 5-minute break before we get into conflict.
Sounds good. We'll be back in just a minute, and our viewers can hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll be back in a blink of an eye. And paused.
Okay. All right. We are back. You had a question, BJ?
I want to try to do some Mentat analysis and advice to my comrades here if I can.
Sure. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay, it says I can make an D4. I guess that's difficulty 4.
Yep.
Understanding. Mm-hmm. You may ask the GM to state something likely to occur in the future. 1 additional prediction can be added per 2 momentum spent.
Okay.
I just want to make an understanding of who is the leader of this group. If it's not, well, first of all, is that obvious, or is that going to take some kind of?
I'm about to reveal that, but yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
Okay.
I do have another question then.
Okay.
Because we know we assume these are our former. We were once part of this house.
Yeah.
Knowing their tactics, their disposition, their training, things like that, would taking out the leader cause the other ones to break or reconsider their course of action. That's what
though they really hate you guys, it'll probably make things a little more difficult for them, but they'll probably fight to the death. They won't break.
Okay.
Really, unless something else happens. Right.
Okay. Could I recall anything that would give us any advantages on their
Yeah, is that automatic or do you have to roll for that?
I can roll, but I get my one counts as an automatic one.
Okay. You get an automatic and then you roll, or what do you mean?
It says when rolling understanding to recall something, you may treat 1d20 as an automatic one.
Oh, okay. So you get that's 2 successes. Okay.
So I roll, and I can convert one of them to a 1.
Yeah, it's like a free determination. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll a truth and understanding, or even power or duty would work in this case too, because you're trying to find information about the house. And then one of them, without using, that's like a free determination. That's pretty good.
Admit. This is called Mentat discipline, by the way, from the rules. Using a focus. So I was just understanding data analyst, deductive reasoning. Would one of those work?
Deductive reasoning.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Ooh.
I rolled 2 1s anyway.
2 1s anyway. Yeah.
You understand.
No, you're on. No, you're on the 11. You're 11 and a 9.
Okay, no,
it tells you how many.
9. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 11 and a 9.
Yeah.
So you got 3 successes. Okay.
Well,
so,
if you just convert one of them to a 1, does a 1 count as 2 successes?
Yeah. That's why I get 3 successes. So
Okay,
one of those is a 1, and then the other one, it won't matter which one. Okay. So all right. So for your success, so they focus on short blades and mallow rifles. They're probably a little over, like if you're calculating their competence based on a 20-sided dice and putting that to the percentile system, they are 55% competent.
Okay.
So
I guess I was trying to deduce what would give us is there any tactic that might give us an advantage? That's really what I was trying to recall. That may be more of an insight.
No, but you can create a truth with the extra 2 momentum.
Okay.
That you just got.
Okay.
So so you can create a truth that you have an advantage on them. You can determine what it is right now if you wanted to. I don't know. You can make. There we go. You can create something that you know about House Chedahan that would give you an advantage.
I would say that there were many more sympathizers who wanted. When we left, it was almost like a bunch of people that were like, boy, I wish we were brave enough to do that and join them. Maybe their folks aren't as loyal as they might think. Like the ones that hate us really hate us, but there's a handful that.
Okay.
Kind
so
of
there might be
envious or admire.
Right.
I don't know. Does that sound good to everybody?
Mm-hmm.
There might be sympathizers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Or alternatively, they're all terrified of Bertrand. he's such a badass warrior. They're all just military commander. They're instinctively have respect and I don't know. He used to be the boss. He was,
So sympathizers or afraid of Bertrand?
What do you guys think would be better?
I think sympathizers, because if they're sympathizers, it means they might turn on their people too and join us.
Okay.
That would be my vote, but I'm not the only player, so.
Yeah, I like sympathizers.
I misspelled it, but there we have that truth. Okay.
That's okay.
Cool.
And how long? Right. This truth only lasts till the end of the scene?
Yeah, but it could become a permanent truth given circumstances, right?
And let me ask this. So how do our truths of soft sand and
they're still there
worms nearby work as far as this battle?
You're moving around is not going to matter, but the explosions and the shots and stuff are going to unfortunately not. Right. So you probably have there's a chance that worms have already been attracted, and you might have the means of getting them here faster. But we'll just see.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, okay. So for me, before we get going, this does not count as a This does not count as a threat spend. You hear there's more coming from behind the ridge, but this will be a threat spend. Sorry about that. I'm gonna spend threat.
Feel free to use all of your threat.
Nope.
Well,
You don't really need that extra threat right there.
Oh, it's 2 threat actually. I think it's 2 threat. 7. All right. I'm gonna 2 threat. So one of the guys that comes out from behind the ridge, he is known to you. He is put a red dot on him. He is one of the house swords masters. So he's going to be not just a minion that you defeat with 1 shot.
Okay. Then basically, I want to focus my sneak attack on him.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, let's see. We go to conflict. Here. Oops. So how does conflict work for everyone? So choose an asset to use in an attack. Based upon the type of attack you're making, choose a skill, drive, and a focus. Roll your contest. If you win the contest, it's successful. If you lose the contest, it fails. On a successful attack, the outcome depends on your target. If it's a minor foe, they're defeated. So more or less, if you hit one of these guys, if you guys hit one of these guys, they're going to go down. Otherwise, defeating the foe is an extended task with the requirement equal to the foe's most appropriate skill. So that'll be this guy here. You need to defeat his skill.
Okay.
And any successful attack point scores is equal to 2 plus the quality of your asset. So he'd be good to use a Chris knife against. All right.
Now let me ask this: can I utilize my master at arms on my Chris knife?
What is that? Can you click it for me?
At the start of a duel, skirmish, or battle scene, select a single asset that represents a melee weapon or a unit of troops. Due to your prowess, you may spend 1 momentum to improve that asset's quality by 1 for the next conflict in this scene.
Yes, you can do that with momentum.
So I could take my Chris knife from a 1 to a 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else before we get going?
And does that remain the entire fight? So the end of the scene is like the end of the battle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, taking action. So we can just charge an attack a la Dune in the movie. This is, by the way, zone 1, zone 2, and the third zone would be these guys coming back from behind the ridge.
And that's where the leader is, because he's on the line right at the moment.
Yeah, he's kind of coming around the bend, more or less, right?
So
these guys are probably definitely going to move up.
He's still in this zone.
Yeah. So right now, you can move subtly, which limits your opponent's ability to respond. If you pass, then the initiative is still 0, so that doesn't pass over to the other side. So the way initiative works is you guys go, they go, you guys go, unless you keep the initiative by spending like 2 momentum each time. But if you move subtly, then you can retain the initiative. Or you can move boldly to provoke a hasty response by your opponent. If you pass and you move your asset, and then you move one of the opposing character's assets, so your ploy has provoked a reaction. You can like taunt them if you will.
So how does this play with my sneak attack, since I can take initiative?
So the first thing you need to do is make a move test with a difficulty of 2. If you pass, then you could get into position to then use sneak attack as your focus.
Okay, and I need to do my master at arms and use the momentum now?
Or you can wait. You can wait to do it too. Just if you generate like momentum from this move, then you can use it to do that too.
Okay.
Or you can take it. Or you can take it now.
What do you guys think? Wait or do it now?
Well, I was thinking. Oh, my thought was basically that we could try to kind of pull their formation pull their troops out of formation a little bit, so that you had a clear shot at the big guy, basically.
Well, if I use subtle step, I get 1 extra d20 free. I can do that and then do my move with my stealth and sneak attack, which should get me over there. But to do that, I need to take the lead. So you don't want me to do that?
Why do you need to do that right now? Is kind of my thought was that we could do, like, because Carl was saying about move hastily, is that since Bertrand's whole thing is as a tactician, if we could essentially open up by trying to pull a lot of the mooks away from the big guy so that you had a clear shot at him, was my thought.
Okay. I mean, can I still...
But she could still move into position, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can move into position to be ready to attack. Yeah.
Okay.
So difficulty 2, you can use your subtle step. Well, Ben, were you going to say something?
No, go ahead. You guys are good.
Okay. So move.
Yeah, so difficulty 2 move.
So
I don't know if you want to take any momentum to start with.
Well,
or give me more threat.
I don't have to, because I can use subtle step and my first d20 is free.
Yep.
I'm just looking. Sneak attack is battle. So
sneak attack would be for the next time. This would be stealth.
No. I'm looking for, duty. So it's my duty. Okay, so duty does apply. And then that would give me the 3 dice because I'm using the step. Mm-hmm. And then I'm using my sneak with my stealth. So that's the focus. And that's all I need, right?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
I think I'm good.
4 successes. Okay, that generates 2 momentum for you guys.
I'm trying to move up here.
Yeah, so I'll move you. I'm gonna move you to this zone. Right. I'm moving you to this zone. Let me move you to the zone. So then when you come,
I thought I was going to the 3rd zone.
No, I mean, well, you can, but you have to spend more momentum. So then Bertrand was wanting to draw them out, so then they have to move down to your zone, and then you have a shot at them, right? Okay. That was my understanding, correct, Harlan?
Yeah, that was my thought.
That's fine.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I put more momentum into the pool.
Yes, you did. All right. So
can I use one of those momentum to invoke my master at arms, please?
Yeah, I would do that. Is that cool with everyone? I guess. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that still means initiative is 0 because it was successful. So you guys are still up. So who wants to go? Bertrand, Jazeel, or Nicolaj? All the stuff that Nicolaj did was like pre-fighting, like as you're riding out there with the smugglers.
So I was gonna suggest that I guess unless anybody has something that they want to do first, that I could do my my tactical stuff is designed for getting them.
You go for it, buddy. All of my stuff can do whatever. I buff in combat more than anything.
Yeah, Jazeel already got the contract with the smugglers as you're.
Yep. All right, so let me do.
My talking part is done.
So what was the hasty movement, Carl?
You provoke a hasty response from your opponent. If you pass your move, it's also difficulty 2. Then you move one of the opposing character's assets. Your daring ploys provoke a reaction just as you planned, but it'll basically move them all forward into your zone.
Does it have to be using move as the option? Because what I really want to do is use my battle with tactics to like have all of our smugglers, like pull, kind of do the classic like Parthian retreat type thing, right? Pull back a little bit to draw them in.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say move. You have to use move, but it is like a quote unquote move.
A move action.
It's a move action.
Move the skill.
Not move the skill. Yeah, whichever. Yeah. I mean, the idea of this game clearly is like all you guys are hyper competent.
And also the editor should have seen that one. Anyway, okay. Yes, so I want to do battle and truth because I'm trying to deceive them, and that's part of my thing. I'll do my 2 dice. And I will use my tactics focus. Look at that.
That's 4. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So that's to pull the troops
Wow.
out, and then how many? I have 2 left after that.
Yeah. So I'll say you pulled the first formation, right? They come running at you guys. So.
Oh, well, I was specifically trying to move these guys up into 1, so that this guy'd be alone in 2, basically.
Oh, I see.
Or
Like
however.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted this guy to be left, kind of trying to take control back here, while everybody else is coming up to do the grunt work.
I'm just gonna like line them up, a la One Ring style.
Yep. Makes
Best
sense.
as possible.
So this guy is still back here?
Yeah, he's gonna linger. He's gonna linger back. But I mean, so these 4 were like the second wave, right? So you have 2 momentum. You can make them come forward too. I mean,
well, I was also thinking that this might be a good place to create like a tactics truth or something to give all of my smuggler buddies a little bit of an edge when fighting. That seems like a good use for the momentum.
The armor is weak at the shoulder.
Here's an idea.
Wrong franchise. Sorry.
It's okay.
So they could have retreated back, to like the rocks or higher ground.
Mm-hmm.
So they have higher ground.
That makes sense.
Okay.
But the leader's still back up on the thing, right? The one with the
they all move. I'm not going to spend threat to make him move, but he's isolated, as it were. Okay, so they get to go. Unless you guys want to. You had 2 more momentum, right? Wait, you got a total.
Well, how much does the success actually cost? Is that
2? Success
2.
costs 2.
Yeah, success costs 2, and then 2 more for create a truth for the smugglers to be in high ground position.
So you guys are still at 4 then.
So we're at 4 momentum, but that's everything from my roll. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was a move.
So is this where I can steal initiative to do my sneak attack?
Well, we'll see if Nikolaj and Jaceel want to do something.
Guy, verbally, like yelling orders verbally.
Is he yelling?
Him? Like, does he have to give them like verbal commands to?
Well, the commands are pretty simple. He's like, kill the Alta Forte, take their heads, take the Scion.
Oh, okay.
So these guys are probably focused. They're probably going to move down the ridge or whatever and try to flank around and get to the Scion or something. So Bertrand, I put you there, but you can be on either side, whatever side you want to be on.
I want to be next to Jazeel since I'm also, I guess, protecting. But however we work that out,
that's fine. All right. So B, did you want to do anything?
I suppose I should just shoot somebody. I guess.
Yeah, because those moves they keep the initiative at 0. So
it's usually a solid idea.
Yeah, whittle things away if you want to. All right, so who are you going to take out? Who are you going to try to take out? One of these guys. So, Faith. All right, I'm going to do move versus Faith for him. So I'll you wanted to use that? Is that what you wanted to do, or what?
What's X on Demper?
Let's like to make it quiet.
Oh. Okay.
So you're gonna shoot someone, BJ? Is that what you're trying to do? Did he disappear? Oh no. Okay. Ben, did you want to do something since BJ disappeared?
I am more reactionary. Is Layla in position to where she can
Sorry about
attack anybody?
that. Instead of
Oh yeah. Yeah. So okay.
I was
Is
getting
Layla in position?
Sorry,
So-
my internet dropped for there for a second, so I apologize.
yeah. So no, she's
What
moving
was
into position.
Okay, then I've got. Okay, then
You're gonna
as of
wait.
now, I will just try to then.
Don't get killed.
That's high on the list.
That's definitely high on the list.
I've got a couple things to do later in combat, so I will just try to attack this first guy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sorry, BJ. We moved to Jaceel since she disappeared. That's okay?
Sorry about that.
All right. So all right. So we need one success to hit that guy.
We're going to do
Jaceel.
battle, and then let's do battle and power. No focuses.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go. So it's going to hit.
And one extra.
Oh, so he hit?
Yeah, he got
Yes,
two
sir.
successes.
Nice. Take that guy's gone. All right. And you got one momentum.
Yep.
Okay, BT.
Oh, no. Actually, wait. You needed. Sorry, you didn't get a momentum. You tied him, and then one extra takes him out. Yep.
Oh, got it. Got it.
The
Okay.
difficulty. Yeah. Got it.
It's okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna have. How do we want to do this?
So, what's the range on my Mala pistol?
Or did you want to take? You need to. I'm gonna have them attack.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
still a conflict. But if you want to steal the momentum, like take another shot at somebody, then you can.
I don't think he's taken a shot yet.
I haven't.
No, I know.
Yeah. He hasn't taken an action yet.
Yes, but if you would like to take, because it usually goes, except for the moves, if you make them, they don't switch the initiative. But since Jaceel attacked, normally it would go to them. But if you would like to use 2 momentum to take the initiative, you can do that.
I don't think my combat ability makes enough of a difference to waste
Okay.
momentum right now.
All right. So 1, 2. 3. So let's just do this. All right.
But I can steal the initiative, right?
I guess you only moved, right?
I only moved. I didn't attack. And I was waiting to use my sneak attack because you said that we had to let them go first. But you also said I can steal initiative with my sneak attack.
Is that? I mean, I'm deferring to Ben and Arlen. Is that legit? Because we only did moves.
Oh well, then I wouldn't. Yeah. Amy, click on the sneak attack thing. So let me see what it says.
It's a focus.
It's a focus.
Oh.
It's my focus under battle.
Well, then that would just apply to the die roll. Then it's not really like an interrupt.
No, but you could spend momentum because she hasn't attacked. You could spend momentum, I guess, to attack. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I still don't know if it would. I don't know if it would supersede their action though.
Well, that's why.
Because only reason I say that is because there's talents that let you interrupt people's actions and stuff.
But that's without momentum. Like she still have to spend the momentum to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess because there's a momentum cost then.
Yeah, you can spend. Well, so seize the initiative is weird. You can seize the initiative for somebody else on your side just for the 2 momentum. If you seize it for yourself to take another action, then all of your actions for the next turn or your next action has +1 difficulty. So it's hard to keep doing the same thing as you. So that's the only reason why you might want to stay hidden, Amy.
Okay.
Because
I didn't
for this turn.
So
and then we can start you next turn.
Yeah.
So I moved into place and then I can go. So he's going to attack you with 1, and then when it's my turn, I can go at him.
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna be like they're okay. So I gotta try to figure out how to do this with all these people. I don't want to roll like 7 times, but maybe. So I'm going to open the spy smugglers for you guys. If you can see them.
You mean their character sheet?
Yeah, I opened their character sheet. So maybe Arlen. All right, so I'm going to roll for these guys, for the soldiers to attack. And then that'll create the difficulty. You kind of coaxed him into, charging you guys and out for blood type of thing. So I'm going to use their duty.
Well, just out of curiosity, that truth that BJ said about some of them wanted to defect but couldn't, would that come into play at all here?
Not yet, I don't think. You have to show that you're going to kick their butts, right?
Okay.
All right. The truth
that was dominance.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. But they should be benefiting from my truth that they're in advantageous positions. Yeah.
I didn't roll. What is going on? It's like frozen. Okay. Duty. 2 dice. No focus.
Yeah, I saw.
Focus is yes. Okay. All right. Oh, wow. All right. Higher ground is very important this round. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. How I'm going to run this so we can do it kind of quickly. So they kind of the Chedahen soldiers take the bait. They charge after these smugglers. You set them up, Bertrand, along this higher ground on the dune, and they start sliding backwards. The smugglers slide forward. That's going to lower the difficulty to 0 against them. So any successes are going to take off multiple amounts of these soldiers. So,
cool.
So whoever wants to roll, probably Bertrand, right? So that's establishing that.
I'll just do battle, and it looks like they're all the same. So let's do power because that seems appropriate.
They do have focus with short blades. I forgot to put that on there.
Oh, well, then I'll do using a focus. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Just 1.
That's all right.
Yep. Okay. Do you want me to take them from the end, or it doesn't matter, right?
Just, from wherever, presumably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just kind of do that. All right. So they're fighting, sliding and fighting on the dunes there. Okay. I guess you could have the smugglers go, or Nikolaj, you can go.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
How far away is the
so this is gonna just
master?
It's gonna be increase the difficulty. So he's actually 1 zone away. I mean, technically you could move in among the smugglers, slide across there, right? If you needed to. So he's an extra zone away. So that'll increase the difficulty to hit him by 1.
Okay, so the pistol just is accurate up to 40 meters.
Yeah.
Or considerably accurate up to 40 meters, but.
Okay. 40 meters, so 120 feet. I'll say a Mala pistol then probably doesn't incur difficulty until you get to 2 zones away then.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and
kind
of soften.
I'm going to move and face him. 2 dice. No, I'm gonna add some threat to him and focus. Oh wow. Okay. He doesn't see it coming there. Mentat, take shot.
Okay. So that's battle.
Yeah.
Let's see. What drive would work best for me?
Whatever one is high.
You have a pool of momentum of 4 too. Right.
I'm
now.
just going to go with duty because it's my duty to serve the house.
Okay.
This is the.
So if you want to take any momentum from the pool.
What do you guys think?
Is this a 1-to-1 game or a 1-3-6 game?
It's a 1-3-6 game.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I would say take a momentum, man. If you want to make sure you better up the odds, go for it.
So
momentum regenerates pretty quick.
Yeah.
So take an extra die then.
Mm-hmm.
Up 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Using a focus. I do not have any battle focuses. Okay,
1 hit.
1 hit though.
Yeah,
Yes.
hit him. All right, nice. She takes a shot from the mala.
And I will shout out, "You were always ill-informed and sloppy in your discipline."
His name is Rajesh.
Rajesh. Such a
Rajesh,
pitiful student.
Sword Master Rajesh.
Such a pitiful student.
I love it.
I mean, you don't have to kill him, right?
Now go away, or I will taunt you a second time.
Okay. All right. So you want?
Your
So that was.
mother was a squirrel.
All right. So now the smugglers are going to go, and the soldiers are going to defend. Oh, because that's it. Because everyone else is gone. Okay.
I haven't gone.
No, well, we're still in the first round. All right. So the focus down. 2 successes in their defense.
So how do the rounds work?
So like you got one of you guys go, then one of them goes. One of you guys go, one of them goes. Typically,
One of them goes. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is just.
But I'm just having nothing.
Yeah, but this way, so he doesn't have to roll 30 million times.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just and forgive me as I'm looking at it, I just see on the rolls.
I'm just treating this as a unit. This will be a second unit.
The Cheatin soldiers go, then the Cheatin soldiers go. Then the
Yeah, but one's
go.
like right. So
Then the
so
soldiers go. Then one of us goes. Then the soldiers go. Then one of us goes.
Well, I took. Yeah, so this is like one unit. The smugglers are one unit. This will be a second unit, and this guy's by himself. But but they already went. They moved. All these guys moved, right? Because of Bertrand's maneuver, forced them to move. So then what happened, though, why it looks like that is like, so the smugglers, like the first time the smugglers defended, right? And then these guys attacked. And the second time the smugglers just attacked while these guys were defending.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I did move and power, and they did battle and power, or whatever.
Those are opposed rolls. I see.
Yeah, they're opposed roles, right? So nothing happens. They're locked in combat.
Because you don't know that. You look back there and you're like, "Wow, the soldiers get to go like 20 times before any of us do."
Yeah. No, but I don't want to roll individual. So
yeah.
Okay, sense. I think that's it. No one else can go on your side, right?
What do you mean?
That's everybody for us.
Okay, so it's the new round. Who would like to go?
Can I finally take my sneak attack?
Yes, you can take your sneak attack if they. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to do my sneak attack against him.
Okay. Do you want to take any momentum? You have 3.
I will take 1, and I want to use my subtle step because I'm assuming this is a move test to get to him.
No, it's a battle. Oh, you want to use your Chris knife?
Yes, I want to use my Chris knife. But
I think it's battle short blades, but I guess you could use your subtle step. Or click on it again. Is it only with move? Or is it with other?
Subtle step is move.
Yeah, it's not a move. It's
move
a battle.
Test to sneak or otherwise pass unseen through the area, or when you attempt to move an asset subtly during a conflict. The first D20 you purchase is free.
No, I don't think it would apply in this case.
But I have my Masters at Arm.
Yes.
And I've already spent for that.
Yeah, so you could always move throughout the zone for free, right?
Okay, so then my sneak attack is a battle?
Yes. The battle, whatever, faith, duty, power could work.
Duty.
All right, let me roll for him.
And then I get my 3 dice because I took a momentum.
Since you're sneak attacking, I'm gonna roll against his discipline to see if he is able to defend against it.
And I'm saying yes for my focus because it's sneak attack.
Focus. So you need at least 1 success to overcome its defense. And it looks like you did.
And keep in mind, now I roll my Chris knife to find the damage.
No, your Chris knife is going to add two damage to that, right?
I don't
so
see
five damage.
See the damage. I don't know what the damage is. That's skill 5. Is that the damage?
No. So it's abstracted. There's no we don't do an effect roll.
Okay.
So your Chris knife, because you succeeded, it's going to add, and because you used that talent, the Chris knife is going to add 2 to the number of successes.
Okay.
So you got 5 successes, which overcomes his defense of 1 in this case, and so that's going to be 4 damage plus 2 for the asset. Is that correct? Did I do that correct?
I think so.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah. For the most part, you did it right. It's not really damage because I just have like if you hit them, it pretty much just it's how many times they get hit, kind of
Right.
thing. So being that he was already hit twice, like he already had that 1 hit,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of like an over, like a way overkill, I guess you would say in this case.
Oh no, I guess
great.
I think you're right. I think it's like 3, right? It's
Yeah.
3 damage. It ends up being 3 damage.
So
Yeah, I think the idea is that it's 3 damage. Well,
Yeah.
it's a 3 damage hit plus whatever. No, it's a 4 damage hit because it's 2 for the hit plus 2 for the quality of the Chris knife.
So,
okay.
So then the extra go into momentum?
No, it all goes to damage.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. No, that's right.
Because when it's a, let me find the
He's
specific
just extra dead.
detail about it that
Unalived.
Maybe.
No, we don't use we don't say the D word. It's unalived.
What? We've been on here as long as we say within the first 10 minutes.
Also, I think that's just for TikTok. I don't think that's for YouTube.
What if you were doing a informative
Yes, interesting.
video about how to arrange funeral services for someone?
It's unalived. It is.
Are we far
success-
enough into the recording to say that's a really stupid rule that YouTube came up with?
You probably could, but hopefully we don't get demonetized for that.
Oh, you
can't
could
even use same spoken
Alright, so
language that you would use with a 5th or 6th grader.
So here's how. So all right. So you have 4 total. You have 4 net successes. All right. So
Not 5.
you have 4 net successes because he had 1 defense.
Oh,
right.
okay.
So you can above. So you have 4 net successes.
Okay.
So you do damage equal to 2 plus the quality of your asset, which is 2. So that's 4. And now you can spend 2 points of momentum, of which you have 4.
Well, the BJ should have done 2 on his hit also, right?
What? Yes, BJ should have done 2 on his hit.
Yeah, so that would bring us up to the 6.
The 6. Okay. All right.
And then I spent 1.
And then you can spend 2 more momentum to increase the damage to 7. Yep. For this 1 attack.
And how many hit points does he have total?
Well, I'm going to see if I can resist defeat with threat.
And he had 1 already. So if I did 7 and there was 1 there already, is that a total of 8 then? Or is it a total of 7 and I did 6 and the plus the 1 that was there?
Yeah, you did 6, basically. And you guys got 2 momentum back in the pool too. Oh, 2 momentum back in the pool. You can only do that once, apparently.
What, put extra momentum in?
Yeah. You can only spend, it says you can only temporarily increase the quality by 1 time to do. So basically you're technically, you stab him in the back, in the lower back or whatever.
Due to your prowess, you may spend the 1 momentum to improve that asset's quality by 1 for the next conflict. In this scene.
Yes. Yeah. So that becomes 2. So let me go through this again. I'll try to go through it again. All right. So when you succeed, you succeeded by 4, right?
Oh, I understand that. I'm just trying
I'm just trying to explain.
I'm just putting my Chris knife back down if it'll let me.
You don't need to though. It's still crazy, right? Anyway, so it's 2 plus the quality, which is 2 right now, plus you can spend 2 points of momentum to increase the quality 1 more. So that's 3. So
okay.
So you did 5 points of damage, and then BJ would have done 2 last time. All right. So I think so because the quality of your asset is 3, I have to spend 3 threat to make sure he's not defeated. Okay.
Have to do that.
Huh?
I said you don't have to do that.
All right. So you stab him. You stab him really amazingly. How do you almost take this guy down? You're going to describe how he gets back up.
Well, I'm assuming that he's standing on the top of a dune and I came around in the back and he didn't see me and basically stabbed him in the back of his neck. And then,
Right.
if possible, went back to the dune, try and hide
Right.
again.
Well, probably not. But so like you can see him like he kind of falls to the ground and then is clutching at his
But I purposefully picked his neck so that he couldn't scream.
Okay. Well, he's not screaming, but he's like clutching at his neck to hold the blood in. He dropped his Mala pistol because he's going to try to open fire on some of these guys, and then draws his knife, short blade, and kind of spits out with that flecks of blood. Fremen, we hate them. Okay. Anyone want to steal initiative?
Nope, I'm good.
How much does it cost? 2, and we
2.
have 6. All right, so I have an idea, which is do the 2 squads count as assets for him because he's the commander?
Yes.
All right. Well, then I'm about to fuck their whole day up.
Okay.
Sorry, that probably will get you demonetized too.
No, it's after 2 minutes. We're good.
All right, so I'm going to spend 2 momentum.
You're allowed a couple of words.
Okay.
That's our one F bombs to keep a PG-13 rating, right?
I've got 2 things that work well. So I'm going to do a battle test to target an asset and to get rid of an asset. And I'm going to get rid of the squad.
Okay.
With the battle test. And then also I'm going to buy 2 dice, one of them for 2 momentum and another one for 1 threat for the total of 3. So you get 1 threat for that, Carl, and we're down to 2 momentum right now. Okay. And here's my battle. Because I'm going to really get them good with this one. Let's
your
do
difficulty.
Power.
I'm going to roll something for them, but the difficulty is going to be -1 because of the truth that BJ created.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to try to give him a fighting chance.
Yep.
I'll use that threat. Use 3 dice. No focus. Ooh. You gotta get 3 success. You gotta get 3 successes. -1. 2 6. You need difficulty 2.
Yep. 2 successes. Here we go. So 4 dice with a focus, going for at least 2 successes and hopefully some extra momentum.
Ooh.
That's terrible. Doesn't the determination work like fate where you can re-roll?
Can we roll the ones that failed? Yes.
Well, let's do that one because that seems pretty good for right here.
Yep.
Determination down to 0, and I'll do the same. Roll again.
We're supposed to have determination
with 4 dice.
What's the purple dice? What's the purple dot on you?
What the? Terrible.
But you keep the 2 that you already had, I thought.
Yeah, so I keep the 2 that I already had.
You get 1 more, and that's 3 successes. So that
the 3 successes that overcomes it.
All right, so 3 successes with 1 momentum, going back into the pool right now. Except I'm going to do decisive action, which means that because I was targeting an asset, I can spend 2 momentum, so 1 of mine and 1 more from the pool to destroy a second enemy asset. So basically, all of their troops are not going to be fighting anymore. Is the idea.
Okay, so they're going to break and run?
Yeah, or surrender or whatever they feel like doing. They just can't contribute meaningfully to the fight after this.
Are they maybe seeing their guy die?
Right. Well, did he all the way die, or didn't he resist?
Yeah, I resisted, but yeah.
All right, so
what is it? What's the FX in the fiction? Like how this is happening.
I think Bertrand kind of like calls out for issues a command or something, and maybe charges in at them, and they're pretty scared already. They've seen a couple of their guys go down. They just saw their buddy get stabbed, and they just decide they've had enough. And probably these guys run and these guys surrender. Seems like, since the ones in the fight.
Yeah, maybe you take down a couple.
New troops or just super
you take down you wade into the fight. You take down a couple.
Yep.
And then they the War Master Bertrand.
But I'm also not done. I've got one more thing.
Okay.
So I have direct, which means I'm going to tell Layla to do one more stab to finish off this guy that she was fighting.
Nice.
No problem.
That's what I was going to do. I've got direct also.
I'm like, yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
And after I finish them off, can I break off running to take their mode of transportation?
Yeah, because these guys are probably going to like start running towards the ornithopter.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's okay.
I got something for that.
Oh, nice.
Maybe.
Nice.
I got an idea.
Okay.
Go for it.
Let's see.
Well, we need you to do another
Attack.
combat roll on
on that guy.
Yeah.
Another combat roll.
Yeah. So he has
Now,
so
if I do this, I'm still using duty. Should I spend? I don't need to spend that last momentum. I hope not, right?
You said duty.
Duty. Yes, Carl. I do need to spend it.
No, if you want to, you can. He has a book.
Well, I won't because it's the last one, and maybe.
Oh, you got to get 4 successes though.
On stabbing him one more time. Jeez.
Yeah, I rolled.
Ridiculous. Isn't he at a negative?
Yeah, so it's 3 successes. He's at a.
Then I'm taking that last momentum because I can't use my other one, right? My subtle step. So
No.
But I do use that, and there we go. Why is it not rolling? There it goes.
Nope.
I will use my thing, my little purple dot.
Your determination.
Yeah,
so I guess, can you just make it a 1? Can you just turn it into a 1 automatically, or because you rolled already?
I'd like to.
You could do that after the fact.
Okay, then I'll turn the 0 into a 1.
I think you're supposed to turn it automatic 1 before rolling, or after rolling you can re-roll.
You can roll any number of dice in your dice pool. Yeah.
Right, and I just
rolling,
I spent my purple one.
Yeah, so you can re-roll that dice
if it lets me. Okay, here we goes. Same way I did it last time. With
with 1 die.
Just roll 1d20, and then if it's under 13, then it's 1. If it's under 5, then it's.
Then I'll just roll the d20 because otherwise it's going to do weird things. Move this out of the way. Hey, move out of the way.
Cat's trying to help.
It is definitely.
That's a success, but I think it's a tie, right? Yeah.
How is it a tie if I only had to get 2 and now I have 3?
No, I got 4 successes. You needed 3. I got 4 successes.
Then okay. Why did I bother spending that if there wasn't a way to?
Because you wanted to take him out. There's a chance. Okay. All right. Anything else? Is that it?
I'm asking a question.
What's the question?
So if I only had 3 dice to roll, and I spent the purple, I could only ever get 1 more success. So there was no way that I could have beaten it, right?
If you would have rolled under a 5, that would have been 2 successes.
Okay.
But it's close. Okay. Well, that guy is going to. I'm going to have him go. So he's gonna try to attack at you. So you can use your move or whatever to dodge, or your battle to block.
I'll move to dodge because that's better for me. And can I use my subtle step to move?
If it's a move action, I guess you could use subtle step.
It is. Okay.
I'm going to still stick with his justice. He's out. I don't want to use that though. Focus, yes. Oh wow, there's no way. No. All right. Well, you put back in the momentum pool though. We're back in the momentum pool for you guys. All right. It's like okay.
Just out of curiosity, do we want to keep him alive for questioning?
I mean,
I
these
don't,
guys.
but I also have a very low justice. So,
All right, so it's one of you guys because I had him go.
Okay, then I want to run to the ornithopter.
Oh well, you can't. You already went this round, Amy.
I defended.
You attacked this round already. So Bertrand's gone. Bertrand's gone. Layla's gone. So Nicolaj and Seal.
well, but did she go on her own? Because if she went via direct, she still gets to go on her turn also.
No, she also she went on her own and with direct because she
got
the first stab.
Yeah, she got the first stab.
Oh, that's right. She had the first stab. Okay.
Yeah.
But you can. I think you can still direct her again if you have direct.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Can you really?
Yeah.
Well, you can only use it once per encounter per person who has it, but you can. Yeah, just stack it up on somebody.
Okay.
I'm going.
Everybody's over there just cheering her on.
Yeah.
Get him. So
you can use direct. Giselle, you're going to use direct again?
Yeah, I'll use direct.
To head to the hornicopter, or
no, to stab this guy. I don't care about
what I was going to try to do. We can see who wants to go first. Okay. Is snatch up one of their. Were they using laser rifles?
No, they're all Mala pistols.
So they're dart pistols.
Yeah.
Oh, never. Well, okay. What I was going to do isn't going to work. So.
Are you going to try to blow them up?
Well, I was going to try to put down a line of suppressing fire so they can't just keep running towards.
You could do that. You could do it with the Mala pistol.
Yeah, as long as nobody has a shield.
Yep.
Okay. So that's
they don't have shields. They don't have shields.
Can it shoot that many darts?
Yeah, it's just I feel like they do.
Okay, because it's a little concealable. Okay.
Well, I think they're Mala rifles. These guys have Mala rifles.
Okay, I didn't see that in the book. It either shows a laser rifle or a Mala pistol.
Oh, okay.
But you could pick up the rifle.
Yeah, if that's what they've got, a rifle. That's what I was intending to do, and just kind of lay down some kind of.
I'm gonna make it against their discipline and
like a line of suppress.
Faith.
Yeah, so not so much trying to hit them as it is just trying to.
I got 2 successes.
So, could I use understand instead of battle since it's more of a?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you want to take a momentum
or tactical fire as opposed to?
Yeah, you can take a momentum.
Okay, duty, take a momentum, so that makes me.
Nice. All right.
Oh, I didn't get the. I forgot to add the other die in there.
Oh yeah, roll the other dice then. That's already 3 successes.
Roll the other die.
Yeah, it's 3. It's more momentum. So 4 successes. All right. So you got them held in more or less held in place. Suppressive fire.
Okay. Now I'm stabbing again.
I think so.
They get to go.
They get to go.
They get to go if they have anybody left. Yeah.
Well, these guys are stuck. These guys here. So if you want the spice smugglers to just attack him or finish him off, it's up to you, Bertrand. They're gonna flee or surrender. It's a good question. Let me see. I think they gotta fail this. Maybe 2 though. What do I get? Just okay. They're not going to surrender to you, Alto Forte scum. So they're going to flee. So if you want the smugglers to cut them down, you can just roll for the smugglers, Bertrand.
Yeah, let's do smugglers. Just want to gun them down, I guess.
Or stab.
None of them had a change of heart.
No.
Or stab. Whatever
No.
Yeah.
They had their chance.
Power 2. No. Oh, they do get a focus with their short blades.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Just a 1 success for the smugglers.
Right. So they cut one down. Maybe they'll start to rethink. Right, well, you got another squad of smugglers. I broke them into 2 groups of 4. So I guess Jasil, you want to direct Layla to finish this guy off?
Yeah, now we'll use direct.
Okay. Try again, Amy.
Okay. And I'll take 1 momentum. That gives me 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
And what's my target again?
I'm going to roll here.
He's got to roll defense.
Well, you're supposed to roll to tell me what mine was supposed to
You
be.
need 2 successes minus 1. So 1 success or more.
And I guess I missed.
No, you haven't gone yet.
Yes, I did above you.
Yeah, you've got 2 successes there.
You got 2 successes.
You only need 1.
You only need one.
Okay. Alrighty. Then
Okay.
my little statement earlier, I was singing while slinging.
Okay. Finish him off.
Yep.
Okay. So you stab him in the chest.
Am I allowed to yell at these guys?
Well, they're like dancing as the mentat is like shooting precisely right at centimeters in front of their feet, kicking up sand.
You might be calling a worm too by doing.
Okay. Well, speaking of worms, see that's why I wanted to keep that 4th threat.
To get a worm to come?
Well, I mean, I guess Layla would see it Layla would see it as you see the worm. You see worm sign, and then suddenly
Get to the chopper!
you see a worm rise out of the sand.
Oh, I want to ride it.
That's not optimal.
I want to ride it. What do I have to do to ride it?
All right. Well, we'll see. Okay. Yeah, I think everyone's gonna break now. I mean, pretty much.
Yep.
Oh, Layla's not going anywhere. She wants to ride the worm.
Are you gonna try to
It's a
ride the
reroll
worm?
advantage after this.
Well, I mean, if I try to ride the worm, I can try and
Redirect
get on.
it.
You
I
gotta
can
succeed.
redirect it. Well, you guys get to the other chopper and
Okay.
manage to beat these 3 to the chopper there.
So that's assuming he
Or if we
succeeds
stand
and not
still,
get eaten.
it'll come after these idiots.
Well, it'll probably get the burning ornithopter first, but then I don't know. But I mean, the smugglers are gonna panic, and let me see what they're gonna go.
I just turned around and put my fingers up to my lips like, shh, it's a worm. I mean, if he goes after the burning helicopter, that's fine. Hornicopter. As long as it doesn't chew up the other one we needed to get out of here.
Okay. All right.
Well, or the smugglers probably have some stuff hidden away.
Well, half the smugglers start running back towards their camp, and the other half start running towards the ornithopter. And obviously, these guys are running as well towards the ornithopter. So I guess we should go. Like, who wants to do what? I'll go, Bertrand. Since you're with the smugglers, I'll ask you what you want to do first.
All right. I think I want to. How far are we from which is closer, the camp or the ornithopter, basically?
I would say honestly the camp,
Mm-hmm.
because you guys kind of remember you fell back a little bit and tried to bait
Yep,
him.
yep.
So I'll say the camp is a little closer.
So I think we all just want to go back to the camp and wait for the worm to leave, probably. I mean, that doesn't get us their troop ship ornithopter, but also, I mean, the smugglers probably have. Clearly, they've got ways to get in and out of the camp.
Yeah, but Layla
So,
still
yeah.
wants to jump on a worm. She'll catch up. Don't worry.
Well, okay, so I think what I want Bertram to do is to, do some quick battlefield leadership and shout smugglers back to the camp or something like that, and lead the charge back.
Well, instead of calling them smugglers, do we want to give them a name? Spicers or something?
Well, smugglers, they know who they're talking about. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
And then if that's a roll, I'll assist on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to reestablish command and get everybody to need a quick retreat out of off the sand and onto the rocks. All
right, I'm gonna make it like a 2 difficulty.
Yeah.
And Jaceel, you were gonna help, right? So you can go ahead and you're gonna go. Okay. Go for it.
Seems like that's I've got discipline command, which seems like the
perfect
place to do that. And then
you guys have 2 momentum that matters.
I think probably more power than truth, unfortunately, but that's only 1.
Are you using communicate or discipline?
I'm using discipline for command, but I think you can aid with whatever. Yeah.
Well, I thought you had to use whatever they were, but I mean, whatever is fine.
I think
discipline,
you
composure,
use whatever is how you're aiding, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, then communicate persuasion.
All right. Okay. And like this, I'll take 1 die from the momentum, 1 point from the momentum for 3 dice, and I'll use my focus for command. Yeah, look at that.
And assisting is 1 die, right?
Yeah, assisting is just 1, and you can potentially get more off.
I'll ask your question in a sec, Amy, after they finish the roll and I adjudicate. So, but actually, just really quickly, it's a focus. It'll be like a focus, like you use stealth. Oh, nice. So that's how many? That's
2 back into the pool.
2 back into the pool. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you can't see when it's that angle. So 2 back into the pool.
Well, they kind. Some of them they all follow your lead, but some of them look like Lord Warmaster. They probably got your names already, in the discussion. Go Warmaster, but if the worm comes to get our stash, we won't survive. You guys run back. All right. So Jaceel, you're running back also with these guys?
Yep.
I know, Amy, you're gonna run towards the worm, right?
Well, I'm going to grab whatever that swordsman had on him and then run towards the worm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Nikolaj, are you gonna try to keep these guys from the ornithopter? Are you gonna try to run past them, or what do you want to do?
How you think I can? Does it seem like I could beat them to the ornithopter since they kind of freaked out?
Well, you could delay them with your shooting.
Okay.
So you can you can catch up to them, and then get ahead of them with that extra momentum.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get the ornithopter.
All right. Cool. All right. So go ahead and let's just look. You can definitely get up to them for 1. So let's see how you do on a move roll, and maybe that'll give you some momentum to keep pushing. Right.
Okay. That is not my best thing, but
you gotta get it. You gotta get out more.
May the worms be with you.
I'm just gonna keep leaning into my sense of duty, I guess.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 momentum in the pool.
You guys think I should spend that momentum to get to the ornithopter?
Probably.
Spend 1. You want to spend 1, or you can give me more threat.
I'll spend 1.
Okay.
So that gives me 3 dice.
Yep.
Using a focus to remove no. Hey!
Oh, nice. Put you back in.
Woohoo! Good job. Look at you.
All right. Getting the ornithopter prepped.
Burning
you
rubber.
Get to that.
Then if I
Well,
fail
I'll just put you.
if I fail to get on the worm, then I'll jump in the helicopter with the hornicopter with you.
Or you'll be eaten by the worm.
I won't be eaten by the worm.
All right. So
Yeah, it's one of two things.
Won't be eaten by the worm.
So let's see.
Okay, squashed by the worm.
I've been eaten by enough worms in Dune. It's my time to ride.
All right. It is an adult worm.
Woohoo!
So here's how it works. Worm riding rules. It's a difficulty of 2.
That's not bad.
Yep. Understand, discipline, and then move. All right. So you need discipline to stay focused as the worm bears down on you.
I have endurance.
Okay, that probably won't apply. So difficulty 2, discipline, and I think to make the
And I have stealth and worm rider.
yeah, and you need a total of 8 successes.
To ride it?
Well, I guess you just three. You understand, discipline, and move. You need a total of 8 successes in those roles.
Understand, discipline, and move. Okay, and what do you want me to roll first?
Probably, I guess understand would be how to approach the worm.
Okay, so we'll start with that. So understand, and my drive would be duty or
faith or whatever you choose. I mean,
I would think faith over duty.
Faith. Faith in your being a Fremen.
Yeah, because how would duty? I mean, the thing is, if you can make an argument for any of them, just say how it applies.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking it's my duty to protect my house by moving the worm.
Sure.
Oh, now you're with the house. You weren't a minute ago.
No, I'm employed by the house. I'm just not, shall we say, of the house. Meaning, I don't think that my character would dictate the house, but she has loyalty.
I'm just picking on you, Amy. I know what you meant. I'm just picking on you.
Okay. Right. And then dice-wise, it's 2, right?
Yep. And you want to take one from the pool, or?
I don't want to use up all 3. And
but use one at a time.
One at a time, because I'm thinking I could use my subtle step with my move then.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do 3 here. And yes to my focus because I'm using my worm riding.
I think it's only on move, right? I guess it would. Would that always apply? Does it apply to everything?
I don't know. I mean, she's a worm rider.
It's got to be for that trait.
For that has to be for that skill.
I don't have.
So it doesn't apply. However,
I don't have one for understand, but I have one for discipline and I have one for move.
However, you have the trait Fremen.
Or for the focus is usable with whatever skill. If you there's a specific call out that it's listed on the character sheet under the different skills, but that if the focus applies to something done with a different skill, that it would still. So that's how they sort of get around. Some of the knowledge focuses are knowledge, but they're also focus, to operate the specific thing. Right.
Focus does apply then.
Okay.
And you can lower the difficulty with the Fremen trait, technically.
Yay! Here goes nothing. Boom. 3.
3 successes.
And I needed 2. You said.
Well, okay.
Right? Isn't that what you said? It's a difficulty of 2? Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but you need 8 total for the thing.
Right. So that was understand, and now you want me to do discipline next or move next?
Next it is discipline.
Okay.
So you have that. She has like the thumper kit or the whole Fremen kit with the hooks and everything.
Yes,
so.
I do.
Okay.
And
so
then
That's pretty cool.
for discipline, I need to take one more momentum.
Okay.
And then, yes.
Wait, so if she only needed 2, so she has okay, so it's still 2 momentum in the pool. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm just taking one at a time. I'm only going to use 2 momentum because my next one on move, my other one applies where I get a free one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yes to that. There we go. 2 more.
Okay. That's a success. So now you can use your move.
Now my move.
It's actually pretty crazy.
Will she do it? Let me ride the worm. I just want to ride the worm.
And you're going to take one more momentum?
No, I don't have to. If I use my subtle step, I get 1 free.
Okay, but you want to take another one then?
Okay, I can. I'll start over. Move. Duty. My 1 free plus the 1 from the momentum pool.
Mm-hmm.
Using my focus. There we go. 4.
I think that's enough, right?
So that's 4, 5,
1, 2,
6,
3,
7,
4,
8,
5.
9. 9
right.
total.
I guess Layla is on the worm.
The worm. And I'm gonna
Did you know you have an asset like that, Jessel? The seal?
What, that I'm riding on a
I
worm?
do now.
Do you want to get on? I can drive him over.
Just make
Certainly
sure
not.
Just steer it so that it eats those 3 guys that are.
Well, unless
Yeah, I want nothing to do with getting on that thing.
I'd let it eat. Well, did you get everything out of our ornithopter that we needed?
Well, with that, I mean, Nicholas, you're able to get. I mean, your ornithopter is destroyed, but you can definitely commandeer that ornithopter, Nicholas, and get it out of there as Layla rides the worm off. Maybe destroys this ornithopter.
I want to know what those other 3 are doing now that I jumped on a worm.
They're just like running. They're trying to run to the ornithopter, but they couldn't get there in time. They try to. I mean, you can run them down. Doesn't bother me.
Or just have the worm get them.
Well, they just sink in the sand and are buried. You know, by the.
They're gonna die out here in the desert.
Yeah, yeah. They're done. Yeah.
So I will move the worm aside, and then I'll meet back up with them at the camp.
These other guys like seeing this worm come up, and then not knowing what to do. They kind of run after you guys. So it's up to you if you want to gun them down, or ask them once again to surrender. These guys end up being either eaten by the worm.
We could interrogate them.
Mm-hmm. Or turn them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they surrender then if you're gonna let them surrender and hide in the away from the worm.
There was nothing to be scared of.
Okay.
And I got to ride a worm.
You did. All right. So as you're one more thing then?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not. Let me see. This one it is. Give me an understanding.
Me?
Truth. Yeah, understanding truth. Layla?
Understanding. Drive truth?
Yep.
Any focus? My worm?
Worm riding might apply here. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I don't know what I'm rolling for, so.
Yep. Okay.
3.
You probably see like on another set of rocks further towards the desert, like another stretch of rocks. There's like these islands of rocks, right? It's typical in the Arrakis landscape. You see some Fremen watching you, and you think they give you a salute.
I'd wave at them. Or salute them back. Probably more salute them back.
Yep. All right. And then you just eventually, I guess you let the worm go out drive it out into the desert, and then make your way back. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I don't think I would go super far, but Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I saw those other Fremen and they wanted to get on, I would probably let them get on and take over.
They're just fine. They're fine watching.
Oh, okay. Just hanging
But
out.
now there's some Fremen out in this territory that you could tell Jaceel and the rest, and maybe talk to them at some point as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Layla comes back. The smugglers have already pledged themselves to your house, Jaceel, and the War Master. They definitely have useful contacts among the smugglers, and you can follow up on this as well. So it seems like as you interrogate the Chedahan soldiers, they tell you that they've been ordered by. Let's make this a roll. Let's do communicate. Use communicate as a skill to try to interrogate them. You can do good cop, bad cop, however you guys want to do it.
Say that one more time. My headphones died and I had to switch.
Oh yeah, so just to interrogate the Chedahan soldiers.
Okay.
They're definitely willing to talk, but they probably have some secrets. So you can either roll or just spend that last 2 momentum and get the truth out of them.
Yeah. I'm going to do communicate truth, and I'm going to use the statement, the truth is never simple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. If you want, there's 2 momentum in the pool. You want to?
Yeah, we'll use 1.
Go for it.
Oh, very nice. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They. That's a lot. That's like 4 successes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So they tell you that their house were pushing into your territory, but it was on orders of the Harkonnen. Push into your territory and disrupt any Atreides stuff. And they say, I heard that you were cannibals. So they give you all this like BS that the house would tell you. Hedonists and cannibals, I heard. It doesn't seem that way.
All right, take his hand. I need a snack.
Like what? No. All right, so the smugglers show you a decent sized hoard of spice as well. And are you sure you don't want to? We are willing to give a percentage over. You've saved our lives. All that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it as a one-time payment then.
Oh, okay.
Can Layla ask the smugglers a question? Or
sure, yeah.
She wants to know if they've talked to the Fremen out on the other side of the hill.
No. You're the first Fremen we've kind of seen up close. We try to avoid them, more or less. Except at Arakeen. Unless someone say, oh, yeah, my family's from there. But we're city Fremen, and we're not, the desert rolling ones. They don't really like us much. So, all right. Well, very cool. This comes to the end. We finished the adventure. That's the end of Worm Sign. So thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, Nikolaj kind of comes back, with the ornithopter as well. And I mean, you can hang out here with the smugglers or fly back to Arakeen with you lost one, but gained one, and a bigger one, like a troop transport type.
Yeah. And we'll leave them a communication device.
Just trading assets. That's all. Trading assets.
All right. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys very much for playing. Thank you, BJ, Amy, Arlen, and Ben for joining me to play Dune. I hope our watchers have enjoyed this, and we hope to play some more. It's kind of cool to be able to finish. We did, just FYI for you guys, we played Worm Sign, which is the quick start that you can get on Modifius and probably drive through as well. It seems like a pretty cool, very straightforward, short-ish adventure. It has basic rules, but I was also using the core rule book, especially for the conflict, since it's more detailed conflict as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool. We have we've learned about your rival house and their backers. We have a pledge from these smugglers. There are some Fremen out there that are nearby and on your territory or near your territory. And you come home with a report of a decent sized hoard of spice that will definitely help the family's finances.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So thank you guys for playing. Any comments or questions from my players?
I'm just happy I got to ride a worm.
Yeah.
Nope. Thank you for running. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
And yep. Without anything else, good night and good rolling.
And we are done.